Welcome everybody to the Falcon one-shot. On the agenda, we have Dungeon Rushers here today. This right here, as you can probably tell by the title, is indeed one of those dungeon crawling games, RPG in its nature, turn-based as well. It has like this really interesting type of feel. It reminds me a lot of a actual board game, however, and we'll get more into that here pretty soon. What's really cool about Dungeon Rushers is that as soon as you eventually open up these little options over here for you down the line, which is going to be done by leveling your characters up and just progressing the story in general, you'll be able to set up dungeons that you actually make yourself. And you set these dungeons up line, and then other players could go to these dungeons that you created yourself and try to survive through them based on the traps and enemies that you set up over time. Really, really cool multiplayer function when it comes to that regard over here. However, at the moment, we're going to be doing just the regular campaign because none of these options are unlocked to me just yet. Technically, they were, but I resetted my progress because I wanted to start fresh for the video. And the process of doing that, it literally wipes everything from you. So if you ever get the chance, do never, ever click full reset. Bad idea. But it's fine because for the premise of the video, I wanted to, start out from the beginning over here so you can see how it flows over time. So, we have our character, Elian, over here. I thought that was a female, but apparently it is a guy. That's a really cute guy, I gotta say. Anyway, campaign it is. Let's see here. Alien had enough of the daily grind. All work and no play made Alien a dull boy. Alien. I'm gonna call this guy Alien. Fuck this Alien stuff. I just call him Eli, I guess. He was done with it, so one morning he made a decision. He would join the noble community of dungeon looters. Our story begins at the edge of his village, in front of a supposedly haunted ancient crypt. That's how most stories start, you know? Eli. Well, I can't back out now. I'm telling you, you're not cut out to be an adventurer. You do fine work as a toilet cleaner, and you're throwing it all away. Enough of that. I want a high life, glory, gold, and girls. Oh, really? So what are you waiting for? Aren't you going? I'm refining my strategy. Your strategy? A scrawny coward like you? Go on, get back to the tavern. What? No one, and I mean no one, gets to call me a coward. I'm off. Huh, shame. You're a good boy at heart. Alrighty, cool. So, yeah, I got this. I will take care of the explanation here, game, don't you worry one bit. So, at the moment, this is going to be kind of like where we do our movements here in the dungeons. This is all kind of like a fog of war type of system. You don't know what's ahead of you until you're actually one step aside. However, with Eli over here, we have the ability to use Pathfinder, which reveals edges and rooms up to a range of 2 squares around you. That will cost us 3 ability points, though. Certain dungeons will have you not use any abilities, or they'll have like different goals where if you meet these goals you actually unlock heroic mode, which is kind of like a more difficult version of that dungeon, but it offers more rewards for you as well. So I'm not sure what the goals for this dungeon is going to be, but we'll be using this one so I can show off more of the skills as we go forward over here. So let me move forward for now. There is nothing here. I'll move forward again. Nothing here. Move forward again. Oh, we got our first enemy. Skeleton Warrior.
A human in our dusty galleries? Get out! You'll clear away all our lovely dust with your horrible clean fingers.
Haha. Sorry, Skeleton Warrior. A skeleton? If only I could somehow sneak by and avoid a fight.
Avoid me? I can hear you coming from miles away. You'll need the right ability if you want to avoid a fight. You'd better flee, kid. It's dangerous here.
Flee? Never. Prepare to fight, unholy creature.
Oh, my bone! He's charging at me.
Alright, so we have our fight over here with Homeboy Skeleton Warrior. You can set up how you want to have your fighters, I guess, set up in a fighting stance and whatnot, right? So for instance, right now, Eli is going to be kind of like more of a rogue. He has a dagger, he's got a bow, so normally you want to keep him somewhere in the middle or even in the back. But since we only have one person in the party at the moment, it doesn't really matter too much, but I'll just keep him right here. But you can definitely assign where you want your people to stand over time here. So let's go ahead and fight Skeleton Warrior. He mentioned the ability of Flee. I guess at some point or another you'll probably pick that up as well with another class, maybe if you level up. But at the moment, we don't have that, so we have to fight everything, which is still fine. So right now, all we have is the Perforation, a basic attack able to weaken the enemy. So this can cause weakness on enemies over time. This will be my long-range skill, and I forget, this is my poison skill. But you unlock this as you make some more progress in the game over here. So at the moment, we'll go ahead and just go in for an attack here with our Perforation. 5 damage. He'll take his turn now. 3 damage to me. That's fine. Let's finish it up. Not a big deal when you first start over here. Relatively easy. Ooh, but we got an iron sword. And we have a skull. There's going to be a lot of crafting involved in the game too, so the more loot you get, the more drops, the better for you. Make sure not to sell all of your resources. Just keep them around because it's better to kind of keep them and craft stuff over the time as opposed to just buying straight up made equipment already where you can, make stuff better that's on your own, which is going to be free as well. Assuming you have the resources, mind you. So I found a sword. Yeah, you don't have to tell me about the sword, dog. I will equip the sword of my own. So we have the sword over here. At the moment, we were using a scourer's brush because we were a toilet cleaner, obviously. So there you go. We have a sword now. Perfect. Let's see. So now this is a perfect opportunity to use Pathfinder because it'll give me some idea what's over here and what's down here as well. So let me use that. It's going to cost me 3. We have 8 ability points. That's not a big deal. Cool. So over here we have an event. This is going to be like, almost like Darkest Dungeon, where essentially you run into these little things and you inspect them. Sometimes it'll be a negative event, sometimes it'll be a positive event. You're not really sure, so you kind of have to take a risk over here. So I will definitely inspect this one. For this one was a good one. It was a blessing, which is going to be, I want to say, attack power up for the rest of this dungeon, or maybe for a couple of turns. You can find out what exactly that did after we get into a fight over here.
Another skeleton?
They definitely look all the same. And guard!
A kid pretending to be an adventurer again? It's not a place to play here. Let me quietly haunt this place.
Save your bread. I mean, but you can talk, by the way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Die. Again.
Seriously? Does rest in peace ring a bell to you?
Ah, this guy. Don't get smug with me, Skeleton Warrior. So let's see here. I do believe we should effect... Yeah, so we got, the blessing was a +2 to strength for 3 turns anyway, so that's pretty good. Let me go into perforation over here. Your attack. And I'll finish you off like so. Alrighty. 2 more gold, no items found. Forward. Forward. Another skeleton, huh? Oh, this is gonna be like the warlock. This guy's a manager, actually. Alright, so for this guy, it's kind of really interesting because, remember how he talked about the position in combat, right? You can't reach me, exactly. I cannot reach him because there's apparently a pile of bones in front of him. Kind of like Darkest Dungeon again, right? So what I could do then is my bow ability is going to finally unlock, and now I can attack him without having to go through this area as well. Or not through this area, but at least through this pile of bones here. So we'll just shoot him from far. No big deal. I'm a bit hurt here. I could use that potion, but I don't feel like it, so I'm going to kill you. And that should be the last fight of this dungeon, I want to say. I hope so. Oh, we have another blessing here, perhaps? It is a blessing. This is going to be for... I have no idea what that is. No clue. Alrighty. This right here should be our treasure, then. There it is. So once you get to the treasure of the dungeon, it'll give you the chance to, if you want to explore some more, or just loot and leave. Since we have uncovered all of the first dungeon over here, we can just go ahead and loot and leave, so it's not a big deal. But if for certain dungeons, like it'll be like, slay all the enemies, for instance, over here it says all enemies slain, and you haven't completely revealed an entire dungeon, you might want to just wait until, you're done with that. So in this treasure chest, we got a leg of lamb. We also got some Malta. For crafting and crafting, we also got 30 gold as well. And we did unlock heroic mode because we got all the monsters slain, all events were inspected, and max 3 abilities. Okay, cool. So, yeah, as you can see, heroic mode is unlocked. So whenever you meet all the 3 goals of a certain dungeon, it will unlock heroic mode for you. So let me go over to the second one. I do believe this is where you get your first colleague over here. So let me just rush over here. After this first success, Alien, our young adventurer, left to explore another abandoned dungeon on a quest for riches and glory. But what is this place? This can't be right. I must have made some mistake. Hey mister, what's the tavern doing in a supposedly abandoned dungeon? Isn't it obvious? We're here to serve drinks. You should give them a try, kid. I don't like tourists who come in and don't buy anything. To be honest, I was planning on investigating this dungeon to fill my pockets. No one told me I'd already been explored.
Well, it hasn't been. The first adventurers that discovered this place thought that it might be more profitable to set up a tavern here instead of searching for what little treasure might be found.
So you're telling me that there might still be some treasure somewhere inside this place? I'm gonna look for it. Maybe I'll be able to retire sooner than planned.
You're optimistic. Lots of newly minted adventurers have gone before you and were never seen again. That's why this place is never going to be cleaned out, this dungeon. Think of it as a natural selection. Those in the know understand that there's nothing here but good beer, and others die in the galleries of measly coins. In short, you've got no chance on your own. Then come with me. You seem like a seasoned adventurer. Don't you want to find out what else might be hidden in this place? I'm not an adventurer. I'm Tormgrim, the best accountant in the country. I'm Eli. Nice to meet you. So you're an accountant? Carrying a warhammer and wearing armor? It's a dangerous profession, don't you know?
I need an accountant. I promise I'll pay you if you come with me, even if you just take a look.
Work? I suppose I don't really have a choice then. Don't worry, we'll be rich by the time we get out of here. Hey, don't forget to pay me before you leave. Run, kid!
So we got Thorgrim joining the party over here. He is going to be an elf with a giant warhammer as described. So let's go ahead and start running forward here. I guess we could probably start using Pathfinder. It's a little bit too early. Now, Thorgrim has his own little skill himself, which is going to be the Accountant's Flare. This will unveil a room containing a treasure to loot, and can also unveil the rooms with those items like you inspect. So it'll give you either or, whichever one's closer to you. But in case you're trying to like rush the treasure room itself, you could trigger the skill and try to find it as soon as possible and just kind of rush over there, assuming you have like some sort of time limit to a certain goal you're trying to meet over here. But for now, we'll go forward. Anything happening over here? Who is this guy? We have another skeleton warrior. Oh, by the way, we can now also do this. So Thorgrim, I need you up front, my friend. And Eli, you can just hang out right here. That's cool. Let's go into our first fight here. Alrighty. So let's see. We'll start off with Perforation over here. And Thorgrim's next. This should be enough for the kill, I want to say. Absolutely. Alright. 2 gold. No items found for this one. Let's continue going forward. Forward. Ah, the room just basically circled around. And we have a skeleton warlock over here with no bones in front of him. Ah, it's bad luck for you, my friend. Although you are faster, so you'll attack before Thorgrim, unfortunately. So let me perforate you. You will probably flame somebody up, Thorgrim, and we will just hammer you down. Again, early on, don't expect like difficult fights, since it's still kind of teaching you the basics and whatnot. But eventually, as a matter of fact, like even the... Oh, we found a trap. Even the 3rd or 4th dungeon alone starts tossing like a few extra overpowered enemies your way, which is kind of like the game's way of telling you to go back to an old dungeon and grind a little bit in case you feel a bit under-leveled, especially if you're missing potions. And we'll talk more about how you get more potions later, which, by the way, is kind of really difficult early. Ouch! What was that? A trap? They're everywhere, but I guess a crafty kid like you can find them and deactivate them, right? Wouldn't it just be easier to avoid them? Haha, of course not. If there's a trap in the way, you either deactivate it or set it off. That's how it goes. So here's what's really cool about this. This will unlock our second abilities, in a sense. With Eli, we have Saboteur, which is going to be able to unset a mechanical trap. So he'll instantly disable it right there and there. However, if you're out of ability points to actually use that, you can also use Thorgrim, which is I go first. What this does is he'll actually trigger the trap himself to protect the rest of the party. So right now we have a poison trap, which will indeed poison everybody in our area, or at least in our party. But since we have Eli over here, he hasn't used any points just yet, we'll go ahead and disable that with Saboteur. There it is. Disabled. Not a big deal. Alrighty. What do we have here? Oh, a level 2 Skeleton Lancer. This might be the introduction of Thorgrim's second move, I want to say. Because this guy's a bit, he has like high armor on, so you might have to do something to his armor to bring him down. So let me start out with Perforation. As you can see, pretty low damage, right? There it is. This monster has a strong armor. Let me use a magical attack. By the thunder of Thor! Thor's strike is now unlocked. So what this is going to do is it'll concentrate energy into his hammer to inflict a powerful strike. This has the option of stunning the enemy as well as some of your triggers, and because it's a magical-based attack, it'll do more damage than it normally would because of his high armor. No stun, unfortunately. Oh, he did stun him! Perfect. Normally, it doesn't... I guess it doesn't tell you if it stuns? Alright, whatever. So let's see here. This is enough for the kill? Nope. How about if I perforate you? Nope. So, fortunately for us, I am next, so I will be able to finish him up here. And since we stunned him, we took no damage right here, and we got a broken spear. Okay. I suppose you fix this down the line, and you can make yourself a spear for one of your characters down the line. Which I hope is soon. I really want to get a spear dude happening over here. And here's our treasure. Let me just go ahead and skip through the text here momentarily. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Funny text, I understand. Let me continue to explore because we still have this over here available. So let's see what's above here. Probably another fight, but I'd like to get all the things done. Here we go. It is another fight. A skeleton warrior and a skeleton warlock. Alright. How's our HP doing, by the way? We're fine. So let's go after homeboy in the back here. And then with Thorgrim, we take care of the skeleton warrior. We don't need Thunder Strike for that one, so we'll just play it close to home here. You're dead. And you are dead. That should be all the monsters slain in this dungeon, I want to say. 6 gold. What's behind you guys? Ooh. Welcome, stranger! Hello? What are you doing there? I'm just a selfless benefactor. So this guy essentially gives you a potion for free. Just hangs out over here in a dungeon. Wants to push a potion to you. It's really sketchy and everything, and everybody's like, oh, what is this guy doing? But, hey, free potion's a free potion, so we're done here. Let's go into our dungeon treasure and loot and leave. And we got all the bonuses as well. Max 3 potions, dungeons 100% unveiled, and no traps triggered. We got ash, we also got fine stone, and we got a leather strap as well, along with 30 gold. Perfect. Alright, third dungeon over here unlocked. I think we still have enough time for another dungeon, right? So let's go ahead and do this one. This might introduce the witch who sells items to you, which is something I want to introduce before we wrap up here. So let me rush through this dungeon here. Whistles nonchalantly. Stop with your whistling. You'll announce your guilt for miles around. What else am I meant to do if I'm trying to look innocent? You don't do anything, believe me. In my experience as an accountant, looking innocent is part of the job. Come on, don't dawdle. The next dungeon is ways off yet. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Yeah. We got it. Alright, cool. So let's see. Let me look around. This is going to be a bit of a bigger dungeon if I'm right. So let's move up. Right. Down here. If I am correct, this is the dungeon that introduces that these inspection events have negative effects. So expect a lot of negative effects for this dungeon. So let me go ahead and inspect. This one was a positive one. But I'm pretty sure this is a dungeon where it teaches you that all these can be bad at times. Well, not all of these, but the majority of these can be pretty bad at times as well for you. And here we have another one. Inspect. Here we go. Curse. So what is this going to do to us? Is that poison? Oh, don't poison. The poison one's the worst one imaginable. I do believe we're poisoned, right? Ugh, terrible. Do we have one for potions or for... Nope, we don't have a poison healing one. That is pretty bad. That's going to make me go through my entire red potion contingency here pretty fast. So we have another trap. We have the acid bat. I will use Saboteur over here to disable that. All is fine. Here, our first fight. A crossbowman. Alright, so this guy's going to have some range on him too. Okay, this whole dungeon's going to be only slightly difficult because of the poison. You're going to constantly be losing HP because of that here. So, luckily for us, we also now have Poison Blade ourselves, so we'll be able to poison enemies down the line. And if you have a lot of HP, you want to use that just so they, you do more damage over time here. So we'll do that, and bring him down with Thor's hammer. Dunsky. Alright. Let's come up through here. Well inspected. Oh, cool. We got a mana potion for that one. Alrighty, great. Alright, we'll inspect. Blessing. Not entirely sure what that did. What is that one? Oh, it gave us parry. Okay, cool. I've never seen that ability before, but there you go. It gave us parry. On the off-camera one that I did, I got like a lot of negative events from this dungeon here. But this one hasn't been too bad. Very nice. I mean, so far we only had the poison one, but the one that I did off camera, it was like, like literally every inspection event was a curse event, so there was that. Here we have another skeleton warlock and a warrior. Let's go over here and take care of this one here really quickly. Poison is still busting my balls. Precision shot back over here. We're gonna probably have to heal homeboy here. Yeah. So, use a potion on our boy. Cool. That's gonna be his turn, though. Oh, poison's hurting. Let's bring down Warlock. I think we should still be fine. I don't think he'll kill him. Actually, he does do 3 damage to me, doesn't he? Let's see if we could just stun this guy. Nope. Killed me. Brought me down. We'll come back after this dungeon is done with. Oh, I'm also on fire over here, too. That's the other problem. Jeez, these HP stacking negative effects are just kind of a pain in the balls. Tell me we're close to this. Let me use my accountant's flare. There's a treasure room. I have a feeling that we are going to have to encounter another fight before we're free to go. Fudge! Crossbowman and a skeleton warrior. No is good. Oh no, I don't want to leave the dungeon. I just wanted to drop a heal before we got into this fight, but I am shit out of luck with this one. Shit out of luck. So I'm gonna have to heal during the fight. If I even... Oh, I'm still on fire from the last fight? Come on, that's just brutal. That's just really brutal. Alright, let's just heal up here. Alrighty. Yeah. Stack it on up, bitches. How much HP do I have left? 5? To drop another one of these now, then. Alrighty. I should be fine if I get like a stun over here. Okay. Let me go after homeboy back here. No stun. I'm dead next turn. I'm dead regardless of whatever I do, I think. Should have probably used those heals a lot sooner than I actually waited for. All I got myself to blame for this. So you'll go down. I mean, maybe actually we might survive. Yeah, we should survive. Just barely by the skin of our teeth here. But as you can see, just one wrong move in this game could make things really difficult for you early on. Oh, we got an Ash Bow, though. Level 2 required. So once Eli levels up, we would equip him with an Ash Bow. Perfect. Not bad. And here it is. Here's a witch. Counting stuff. And this is going to introduce to us the market system where you can actually use your money to buy stuff. So let me go ahead and loot and leave. Forget that little area that we haven't explored here. All events inspected. That was probably another event we could have expected right there. We got 40 gold, ash, leather strap, and a Malta as well.
Psst, this way, quickly, before they see us.
Oh, thank God she has potions for sale. These are really hard to find, so early on, before you could even craft items, you have to just basically buy all of your potions. When I was playing this off camera, I could not get this woman to sell me one single goddamn potion. So for like, you know, an entire 2 dungeons, I was just running around with no potions at all. So it has like a bit of a random effect to it. So if you can't find one, you have to go back to older dungeons and just kind of like grind for a bit until she finally restocks items again. And hopefully you get a potion down the line. So I will definitely be buying this off of her. And she has other stuff for sale as well. There's a bone shield here. Probably hook that up to Thorngrim. We have 80. A saddle, useful for crafting. We also have more leg of lambs. Another broken spear. That'll be all for now, though. That'll be all. And over here we have the next dungeon. This one's going to be a lot more difficult as well, but this gives you a pretty good idea of what Dungeon Rushers is all about. I wish I could show you more because there's a lot of stuff that we've got unlocked over here, like making our own dungeon for one. There's the arena as well. The workshop where you could actually use our items to craft stuff as well. But it takes a while before you actually unlock this stuff here and you have to progress a bit forward. And it's a Falcon one-shot. There's only so much I could show you in one single video here. But I do hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Description below will have all the information for the game. This comes out on the 11th, I want to say. And also, if you want to see some more on the channel, let me know. I actually do enjoy this game quite a bit, and I would not mind playing a bit more of it on the channel as well. So let me know how you guys feel about it. I will catch you next time.